Actually, sure he's on the phone. Guessing it's crowded down there. I'll drive by the Congress Park Station tonight, see if that retaining wall's up yet.
All right, we're going to get started in a moment, please. All right. Okay, good evening. The hour being 6:30 PM on Monday, April 8th. I'd like to call to order the Village of Brookfield Village Board meeting. Would everyone please join me in a pledge of allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Bridget, can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Ketchmark?
Here.
Trustee Cote?
Here.
Trustee Hendricks? Trustee Niramatsu?
Here.
Trustee Gahuli? Here. Trustee Kaluzny?
Here.
And President Garvey.
Here. Thank you, Bridget. We don't have any appointments or presentations, so I'll move on to public comment at this point in time. Is there anyone on this side of the room that would like to address the board? Yes, Mr. Carlson?
Hi, everybody.
If I could ask, if you could just give everything to the village manager and he'll pass them to the village board, yes, please. We're gonna, just a new policy.
Thanks. I'm back. I'm not sure if you're surprised to see me here today. I feel strongly that the facts, transparency, and the truth need to be shared publicly about the outcome of a meeting that Jose and I had, and we were invited to on Wednesday, March 27th at the Village Hall. At this point, I'm not going to disclose the other members of this meeting because my intent is not to publicly bring attention to the individuals present or to embarrass anyone. My focus is on the concern at hand, the venue Brookfield, and the owner-operators Francisco J. Gonzalez, Tanya L. Gonzalez, and Cynthia Olivia Gonzalez. First, I'd like to thank President Garvey for addressing 3 facts in the March 25th board meeting. The first one was that they are closed because they didn't have a business license and for no other reason. Number 2, they will never be granted a business license. And number 3, they will never be granted a BYOB license.
I just want to clarify, I never said they'd be, never issued a business license. I said they'd never be issued a liquor license.
No. You said the reason why they didn't have a business license was because the reason why they were closed was because they didn't have a business license.
Right, but your second point, you just stated that I said they would never get a business license.
A liquor license.
No, I'm sorry, you said business license as to point 2.
I apologize that they'll
just-
never have a liquor license. I apologize.
Correct.
I'm
no
a little
problem.
nervous.
No, I understand, but I just wanted to clarify.
No, I appreciate that.
I usually don't interrupt, but I did need to clarify that, so.
Yeah, no, I know, you did not say that. Now on to the contents of our meeting on Wednesday, March 27th. We were informed that Frank and Tanya Gonzalez never had a business license to operate the venue. Not that it had expired in October of '23, but never. I'd like to pause here and let you think about that for a minute. Yes, I was stunned, to say the least. The phrase mea culpa was given by one of the participants, and they went on to say, my fault. Someone should have looked into this sooner. We never checked the files to see if he had a business license. Really? Mea culpa? Then another statement was made. If we had more information on the venue from the past 3 years, that would have helped. I gave the police department all the information I've gathered about the venue on January 24th, 2024. Notes beginning from the opening day, starting with June 5th of 2021. Then the first police call, June 19th, 2021 at 9:20. Called again at 9:40 p.m. Police came back on their own at 11:12 p.m. and again on their own at 12:29 a.m. All my notes and calls go on from there up to and including January 4th, 2024. They took them and made copies. Doesn't your department share information? I was told everything that I was providing would be shared with the village board, the village manager, and the police. Another statement was made, I wish you would have called us about this sooner. We would have acted on this a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I did. I called the code department 3 months before the venue even opened for business on 3/31/21 at 7 a.m. in the morning. I spoke to a certain individual, I'm not going to name, to complain about the trash in the alley. And at that time, I explained all my concerns about the venue because Frank had been building it out since October of 2020. I was directed to call Mike Schwartz in the planning department. I called, left a message to call back, no return call. I called again on April 1st, 2021. Please note, just over 3 years ago, almost to the day. He called back on 4/1/21 at 2:12 p.m. He didn't know the hours of operation. He didn't know the capacity limits. He told me they had a BYOB license, which they did not, and he clearly had no idea that Frank and Tanya Gonzalez didn't even have a business license to open the venue. President Garvey, on January 22nd, 2024, at that board meeting, you told all of us that we've had our eyes on them, meaning the venue, for a while now, but it just doesn't seem so. Another statement was made, well, I hope at least you're happy with the peace and quiet you've had for the past few months. I felt like this was unprofessional and a bit patronizing. Does this negate the past 2.5 years of all the turmoil that our community has been subjected to? The only reason, and I mean only reason, we have any peace and quiet now is because I've spent hours and hours doing research and hard work holding people accountable for processes that should have been done by this village from day one. The parking situation was brought up unprompted by myself or Jose. We were told that Steve Campbell had an arrangement with the village, that all of his properties shared parking across Ogden Avenue. Here's the glitch in that statement. Steve Campbell's been deceased for over 3 years. Steve Campbell is no longer the owner of at least 6 properties: the video arcade, pinball arcade, game production studio, print shop, fitness gym, and car repair business. They are all now owned by Doc Mack of Galloping Ghost Enterprise along Ogden Avenue. They also utilize all their parking spaces for their own patrons. I checked. The past 3 years have proven that this arrangement is not working. In fact, the venue openly advertises for patrons to utilize side street parking, and I included something attached in the packet that I gave you. The venue has never encouraged or utilized the off-street parking available at any of these other locations. I shared with the members that most of the time an owner is not present during the functions held at the venue. The response was given, well, we're not there during those hours, so if you can give the police a call when you see this happening, that would be great. The only way I would know that's happening would be to attend the function, and I don't think I would be a welcome visitor. I have a great idea. Get up off your sofa, drive over to the venue, and start taking responsibility for the mess that you've allowed to take place, and stop putting the responsibility on the residents of the community. And here's the piece de resistance, if you will. The village already has granted a new business license to the venue Brookfield. Yep, you heard me correctly. The village is granting a new business license to the venue. After all these infractions and disruption caused by the venue, their reward is to get a valid business license, and this seems ludicrous to many of us. We were told that Creative Party Packages Plus will no longer operate as a business, and that section of the building will only be used for storage. I wonder who's going to be keeping an eye on Creative Party Packages Plus. All indicators point to the fact that they are still operating this business as well. If you pull up their website, Facebook page, or take a look at the signage on the front door and look inside the front window, it doesn't look like the business is closed and is no longer operating to me. I pulled up their website before I came here. Creative Party Packages Plus is attached to the venue. And if you pull up the venue's website, and I'm not sure why they're doing this online, but they list their event business being in LaGrange. They list their address as 90 Ogden Avenue in Brookfield. Their hours of operation that they list are Monday 12 a.m. to 11:30, Tuesday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Friday, 9 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. They also list the business as The Venue Brookfield LLC and rentals. The rentals part is Party Packages Plus. The reason why I bring up the hours is because we were told the Venue Brookfield will only have operating hours for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 5 p.m. to midnight. They're advertising differently. We were also told that if we see any infractions happening outside the parameters of their business license, we should give the police a call. At this point, I feel like I'm working for the village without a benefits package or a paycheck. I thought I was retired. On Friday, March 29th at 3:30 p.m., we witnessed Tanya Gonzalez and her daughter loading and unloading items from the back hatch of her SUV with a large garage door open to create a Party Packages Plus from my upstairs window. When they heard me exit the side door of my house, they quickly shut the large garage door and the back of the SUV and jumped in the car and sped off. I enclosed a photo. On Easter Sunday, an event was held at the venue from approximately 2 or 3 in the afternoon until 9 or 9:30 p.m. They didn't use their parking lot. They parked most of their cars on Park Avenue in the southeast end of the public parking area across the street from Sweet Creations. They did only have 2 or 3 cars in the venue lot. On Monday, April 1st, in the middle of the night, I noticed a small light coming from the top of their back door. I thought a seal was broken. At 5:45 in the morning, I realized the back door had been open all night long. I walked around the side and saw the Cadillac SUV in the parking lot that was there from the night before. I also saw the remains of their event from Sunday night, see enclosed photo. I went to the police station to have an officer check the facility and secure the area and report that an event was held on Easter Sunday. According to the meeting that we had with the village on Wednesday, March 27th, these are both infractions of their current business license, which should result in the venue being closed for good, which was what we were told would be their consequence on Wednesday, March 27th. On Wednesday, March 27th, the same day as our meeting, I placed a call to one of the members that was at this meeting at 7 p.m. and left a message to call back. On Thursday, the day after our meeting, I placed 2 phone calls, one at 10:14 a.m. and one at 3:13 p.m. and left messages, and I was still waiting for a call back. I did receive a call back today, but it wasn't prompted because of my messages. This is concerning for me because we've been repeatedly told over and over not to take matters into our own hands, but to call the village or the police and it will be taken care of. I was still waiting for those callbacks. I wanted to share that there's a section of the roof about 12 feet by 12 feet that's compromised and was coming off in pieces. The temporary solution for them was to nail 2x4s to the roof. I realized after a conversation I had today that that is not a code issue, that's a maintenance issue. On a side note, Frank Gonzalez has left the back door of the venue ajar and unsecured since Friday, April 5th, all day Saturday, April 6th. He was there around 12 noon. All day Sunday, April 7th, all day today, and he was actually there about 4:30 today, and the door is still unlocked and open. It's ajar, it's not secured. I guess the saying truth is stranger than fiction really does apply in this situation. At the March 25th meeting, Mr. Gonzalez never acknowledged or apologized for the human feces, public urination, vomiting, intoxication, drug use, drunkenness, loitering, loud music, disturbing the peace, excessive garbage, overcrowding, public and internal alcohol use, which he knew he did not have a license for, and even public sexual interactions his establishment has brought to our community. Instead, he resorted to accusations that he was being picked on and had the audacity to resort to name-calling, stating that we were all racists. I'm sure I was not the only one that was offended. Mr. Gonzalez also kept saying, "Nothing violent has happened." I was shocked that he felt because nothing violent has happened yet, that everything else that has happened was okay. I would like to point out that I feel up to this point my kindness has been mistaken for weakness. In the last meeting on March 25th, I closed by stating that this is a blight in our community, a blight on the village, and it's an embarrassment that this has been allowed to go on as long as it had. I have no idea how true that statement was when I made it. I was going to say, positive note, I'd like to reference the statement made earlier. Yes, our neighborhood is happy that it's been quiet, and we are hoping that it stays that way. I was going to say, we are looking forward to the village continuing to take care of this situation so it no longer continues to negatively impact the surrounding residents. And I was going to say, thank you for the steps you've taken so far. But after looking at the venue website today and the Creative Party Packages website today, this just seems like it's a joke. He's playing a joke on all of us. And I guess the joke's on us. Something has to happen because Frank Gonzalez is not going to abide by the rules that you're setting for him to run his business. And it's evident if you look at his website and how he's promoting his business.
Thank you, Mr. Carlson. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Carlson. Is there anyone else on this side that would like to address the board? All the way back. Anybody on this side? Okay, there's no further public comment at this point. We'll move on to reports of special committees, please. Trustee Cote.
I would like to make a motion to approve corporate warrant dated April 8th, 2024, in the amount of $875,502.60.
Second.
Okay, the motion was made by Trustee Cote, second by Trustee Kaluzny. Any highlights or anything you want to point out, Trustee Cote?
No, not on this one.
Okay, do any board members have any questions or comments related to the corporate warrant? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Nearmatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Gilhuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
A reminder that parking restrictions changed on April 1st. Please check your ordinance signs so that you know which side to park on during those days. Our streets department have been busy doing street replacements, passing through the village, filling potholes, et cetera, and taking care of items regarding to the streets areas. The forestry department has been very busy with tree removals. We do have upcoming tree trimming starting in April this month. Utilities have been also busy helping out with the parks and the streets and working on breaks as they come. As always, if you see an issue in town, the best method is to open it via C-Click Fix. That is the best way for it to get to DPW so it can get on their list of items, of action items. The library today was a total solar eclipse day. They did host a viewing party. The library did distribute over 700 solar eclipse glasses. They had a great time. They posted social media pictures for it. So you can go visit their Facebook page and you should be able to see all the people that were there for the solar eclipse. It is National Library Week all the way through Saturday. The solar eclipse was just but one of the events, but so are household. They're doing a collection for the Share Food, Share Love food pantry. They're taking household items, food collections for it. For more information on what can be accepted, please visit their website or visit the Share Food, Share Love website. And for every item donated, a member will be entered into a raffle to receive a Enjoy Brookfield gift card. If you want to get a full complement of the activities at the library for Library Week, please visit the library website. And if you have time, please thank a librarian. There will be a 3D printing remembrance of Don Bancroft taking place at the library Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. in remembrance of the tremendous amount of work and enthusiasm Don brought to the library. There will be light desserts and refreshments. They will be served open house style. And a name plaque in Don's memory will be placed at the library's 3D printer. Speaking of the food pantry, Share Food, Share Love is open tomorrow night. If you are in need or if you wish to volunteer to help those in need, please visit Share Food, Share Love's website. If you don't have a computer, you can go to the library and look at that. For veterans, if you are looking for mental health assistance, you can do so via the Jesse Brown VA Medical Center, calling 312-569-6177. If you are in need and you are stressed out right now, you just need assistance right away, please dial 988. If you're a veteran and you need assistance, please dial 988 and choose option 1. The VA has a national coaching into care program where they have licensed psychologists, social workers willing to work with you over the phone and walk you through the VA system, free of charge. All calls are confidential, and to speak with a VA coach, call 888-823-7458. The Veteran County has a lot of other resources to help our veterans. You can get information off of our website by going to our website to community, to the community section on our website, and you'll find different references towards Veterans Affairs and mental health. I do want to touch one last thing is, if you know a homeless vet or you're verge of becoming homeless and you are a veteran, call 877-424-3838, and they will be there to assist you so that you're not sleeping out on the streets. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Gotay. Trustee Gahuli, Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, the Chamber had their regular meeting today. We have a few things coming up to note. They had a discussion on the Intelligentsia Cup, the bike race, which will be brought back to Brookfield on July 24th. Chris Valadez from Cycle Brookfield came to speak, or he was remote, but he spoke to us about the plans for this year, what would be different from last year. Really wanted to talk to the Chamber about the various vendors and setting up tents to support the event and to get some visibility for their businesses. And talked about the new location at the Grand Prairie Crossing here, which would be more beneficial to them than the parking lot last year. It was a little hard to cross, if you recall our discussion. So he gave a presentation on that. They've got some thinking to do and some planning about ways to get more visibility to our businesses at that event and what the right locations would be. We also talked a bit about Dancing with the Chamber, which is coming up on April 27th. This is a community concert event. Their tickets are still for sale, so you can look at posters are all around town. They're at the library, they're at the train station, they're here in the lobby. You'll see them at different businesses around town. Tickets are $30 each. If you use any of the dancers' codes, which are on the posters, you can get $5 off your ticket. About 300 tickets have been sold, so there are still tickets available. So we hope you'll come out for this really
I hate to interrupt,
fun
but what is your code?
VOB for Village of Brookfield. So, come on out. It's we're going through quite a few dance lessons here, so
She's been working hard.
right, have some grace in watching and cheering when you just wait and see. But that'll be fun. Great event over at RB. So we hope a lot of people in the community come out to view that. Other events coming up, the Farmers Market is the next one, starts on Saturday, June 1st. There's already a lot of plans and preparation going on for that, with vendors being set up and plans and advertising. So if you follow them on social media, you'll see their advertising and promoting businesses and individuals all throughout the year. So that will be June 1st, and many other events coming up as we get closer to them, like the Independence Day Parade, the Classic Car Show, National Night Out. We'll be reporting more on those. I will say we had last week, the Chamber does after-hours meetups. Last week's was at Share Food, Share Love Food Pantry, where they gave us tours of their new location, which is just outstanding. Really wonderful new space there. A lot of space to store. They've got a great relationship with, and they're an official partner with the Chicago Food Depository, and a lot of great local donations as well. All volunteer driven, really wonderful resource for not just Brookfield, but the surrounding communities as well. So it was really great to be able to see that in action. The next meeting for the Chamber is May 13th in the lower level of the Brookfield Library. And that's it.
Thank you, Trustee Gahuli. Trustee Hendricks, anything from Planning and Zoning?
No report.
Thank you. Trustee Ketchmark, Administration, Economic Development?
The Economic Development Commission meets next Wednesday. I will report back after that.
Thank you. Trustee Niramatsu, Parks and Recreation?
Yes, so pavilion reservations are ongoing, but I did want to report that the Ellert West Pavilion will be closed in September and October due to the construction for the Ellert Park improvements this summer and fall. Summer camp registration is going really well. The several camps are already full with wait lists. The Teen Traveler Camp, Camp Kiwanis, and Brains and Games are all for full. There are a couple, the Camp Great, which is for grades 4 through 6, is almost full, and then one of the Budding Brookies camps has openings at Rec House. And I just wanted to report that the Parks and Rec Commission is having a volunteer fair on April 21st at the library, so please come and find a volunteer opportunity if now is a good time for you. At that event, we're also going to be kicking off our duck sales for our annual duck race that will benefit the Parks and Rec Foundation. I believe the ducks will again be $5 and sold throughout the spring and summer season at farmers markets and other events throughout the year. And then the race will be at the Sumtubber at the Arts Festival. The next meeting is next Tuesday here at Village Hall. And that ends my report.
Thank you. Trustee Kaluzny, Conservation and Beautification.
Yes, the Beautification Commission, their next meeting is actually tomorrow night, Tuesday the 9th at 6:30 p.m. But I wanted to take the opportunity to remind everyone that Project Nice is coming up on May 4th at 8:30 a.m. in Kiwanis Park Pavilion. You can show up and pick a spot that morning, or you can use a Sign Up Genius link that will be on the website soon, and you can pick your spot in advance if you want to find out where you'd like to help out. So it should hopefully be a great day because we've pushed it back a week further, so it's definitely not going to snow in May. I feel it, and it'll be a great day for cleaning up. And I just wanted to also announce that there's one open seat on the Beautification Commission. If anyone is interested in that seat, I'm happy to chat with you anytime. The Conservation Commission held a special meeting on March 18th to discuss the board feedback and suggestions around the sustainability plan. And also they planned some future restoration days in Kiwanis. We'll be talking about the sustainability plan and voting on that plan later tonight. And in the board packet, there's some of the feedback that was incorporated. There also wanted to just mention that the South Kiwanis feedback from the open meeting is still being incorporated into plans that will be presented in front of the village board at a committee of the whole, hopefully in May. So we'll be having the Conservation Commission come back in front of the board at that time when the National Park Service plans are in place for us to review. Their next meeting is on March 23rd at 6:30 p.m. And I also just wanted to plug the volunteer fair on April 22nd if you want to get more involved in Project Nice and beautification things, or if you want to help implement the sustainability plan and get involved, come on April 21st and talk to either commission about getting more involved. And that ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Kaluzny. The Solid Waste Agency, or WCMC, has not met since our last meeting. There's no real updates. We continue to work with the Brookfield Zoo on various projects. I would like to inform the board and the public, this past Tuesday, I was invited to attend a event at the library from Congressman Chuy Garcia's office related to his community grants program for next year. We did not receive any grant money last year, and there's a very detailed member initiative process. This meeting was about that. I received some very helpful information. Staff is already working on the applications, and criteria are not out yet, but staff's working on the application even before it's out to trying to put us in line to receive some of the money, the Brookfield's taxpayers' money that goes to Washington to come back for some of the community grant programs. It is a limited program, and not every municipality in the Congressman's district gets it, but we're going to have a very strong application this year. So that ends the reports of special committees. At this point, I'd like to entertain a motion to pass the omnibus agenda.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Gahuli. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Neermatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to the items under regular business. The first item, I'd entertain a motion to pass a resolution to adopt the Sustainability Action Plan for the Village of Brookfield.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Hendricks. Questions or comments from the board?
I just wanted to further elaborate on my comments earlier that the commission spent some time discussing some of the comments that the board had around a couple of the goals and action items and incorporated that feedback. There is a memo included in the board packet with the feedback that was incorporated on those different pages. And we have several conservation commissioners here if you have any questions for them about the additional feedback.
Other questions or comments from the board?
Thank you very much for all the hard work.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone on the Conservation Commission for all their hard work and for, Trustee Kaluzny for championing this effort, and special thanks to Bridget for meeting with me and listening to all my feedback. I saw it all in there and it looks really great. Thank you.
Anybody else? I just want to echo my comments tonight. We discussed at the committee of the whole meeting, I, indicated how impressed but not surprised I was at the thoroughness of the report and the report and the amount of work that went into it. And it was no surprise that you listened and you actually, made some additional changes. This is a very, very impressive document, and it's not just going to be a document that's going to sit on the shelf. It's going to kind of be factored into decisions the board makes going forward. This is something the board wanted, and you helped deliver it to us, and we're going to make sure that your efforts don't go to waste. So, okay, if there's no further comment, did you want to say something else?
Just one more thing. I just wanted to share I wanted to thank the Landmark for the nice editorial about the plan and, the engagement. So I think that was great recognition for the commissioners and folks that have been working really hard on plans like this. And so didn't go unnoticed. Thank you. And it really helps, we're excited for the next step, which is to actually implement the plan and to take some action on those steps. And just wanted to share, we're working with staff on a sustainability webpage for residents where the plan will live, and also actions and ways to get engaged and resources to share. So that should be coming in the next couple of weeks, but just wanted to share that's where it would go next.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Miramatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for all the hard work. Let's get to work on it. All right, the next item, I'd entertain a motion to pass an ordinance awarding a mowing and landscaping contract to Hispano Lawn Maintenance and Landscaping in the amount of $129,998.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by trustee Cote, second by trustee Kaluzny. Well, this is a company that we've been doing business with for years now, and we feel they do a very good job. But the contract's a little bit different this year. Vince, can I impose, our Public Works Director, Vincent Smith, is here, just to explain maybe more to the audience and the public how this contract's a little bit different.
Contract is a little bit different. The original contract in 2015 had 24 locations that were identified for mowing services specifically. There's been an additional 51 locations added since the original contract, so a total of 75 locations with various tasks now also involved. There's mulching, weed application, and other landscape bedding maintenance that are identified in this contract. These services were being performed at a time and material expense at a premium, so staff and I had negotiated with Hispano Lawn Care and identified these locations so they're a lump sum bid to remove the peaks and valleys within the budget. And the original cost to the 2015 contract he is holding and has told us it'll.
Thank you, Vince. Trustee Ketchmark, you remember this, we put this out back then to, not that our public works people couldn't cut grass, but there was better activities that we felt they could focus on and it could be done. We determined it could be done cheaper, regular on a contract basis. And at the time we put out the bid, I don't think anyone had ever heard of Hispano, and they've done a tremendous job, and we've put additional, because they've done such a good job, we've put additional spots in for them, and it's worked out really well. And the fact that they've held their price all this time has made it very beneficial to us. So I appreciate that Vince took the time to kind of review the whole contract and come up with a new structure where these additional items are getting billed at the same rate, and that will basically save us money. So,
Yes.
do the board members have any questions or comments?
No.
Okay. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Cote?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Nearmatu.
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Thank you, Vince. The next item, I'd entertain a motion to pass a resolution to award a contract for the 2024 streets improvement to J. Narduli Concrete in the amount of $1,309,452.26.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by trustee Ketchmark, second by trustee Naramatsu. Questions or comments? This is something we talked about during the budget process, and we talked about at the committee of the whole meeting. With all the infrastructure work going on, this is another over $1.3 million in local side streets that are going to be improved, on top of all the water mains, lead service lanes, collector route work that's going to be done, so. Questions or comments from the board? And obviously, J. Narduli is a company that's done work in the village before, done very good work. We're satisfied, we're familiar with them, and staff recommended them, so. If there's no further questions or comments, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Cote.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Nearmatu.
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And like all our construction projects, there'll be updates on the website as to starting dates and get information out to the people on the affected blocks ahead of time in terms of, as always with construction projects, there is, change in routines and inconvenience, but I feel each year we're getting better and better with the communication, and the website will help also. So the last item, under regular business, I'd entertain a motion to pass a resolution to enter into an agreement for the furnishing of professional construction engineering services for the 2024 street improvements to Hancock Engineering in the amount of $91,200.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by trustee Kaluzny, second by trustee Gahuli. This is the engineering work required to do these projects going forward. Questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Cote.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Nearmatu.
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, Derek, you can go get started. All right, that ends the items we have under regular business. Tim, do you have anything in the manager's report? Okay, there being no further items on the village board agenda, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the village board meeting at 7:06 PM.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by trustee Cote, second by trustee Kaluzny. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Cote.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Nearmatu.
Aye.
Trustee Gahuli.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, we're adjourned at 7:07 PM. We're just going to take a minute or two before we go into the committee of the whole meeting, so if everyone could kind of hold their places. Thank you.